All right.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Ash, and this is Indie Insider. My guest today is Jimmy. Is it Mowery or Mowery?
Mowery.
Mowery. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for taking time out of your day to come and chat with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on here.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Right, let's get started with all the nitty-gritty questions.
Cool.
Right, could you tell us when you first started your music career, or if you were sort of at a later stage, have you started singing, or were you singing at a younger age?
So, uh, my 13th birthday, that's when I asked my mom um for a guitar, and I'd say it wasn't until about 2 years into that I really got into singing. Um,
Okay.
yeah, like started told my best friend at school about hey, you should get get some drums
Right.
and yeah, from there we just started playing covers in my mom's attic, and so I'd say around 15 is really where the singing and performing stuff started.
Okay. And talking about when you first started, can you share the story of your very first performance?
Oh my.
I know it's a tough question.
Yeah, I'm thinking here. I want to say um we had some friends in another band in high school, and they were playing at a local show, and uh they actually let us get up and use their stuff and play, I think, a song. Um, I'd have to ask my best friend Derek, because it was either that or at a birthday party. I feel
Right.
like we might have got up and played a song or two.
Oh, well, that's good. I bet you
Yeah.
enjoyed yourself.
Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. We, I'm sure we weren't good at all, but yeah, I mean that's just
As long
that's
as
what
you're
we love to
having
do. That and
fun.
yeah, yeah, and as long as the the cops weren't being called for noise
Oh,
complaints.
well, I'm sure not. I'm sure not. And who are your musical icons and who are your influences?
So I would say, so I'd start with, my parents' music. So my dad would listen to like Kiss and a lot of like the hair bands from the 80s,
Okay,
whenever he would do like clean the house and stuff. But um and then my mom would listen to like Whitney Houston and Celine Dion and that kind of like pop music. So I
right.
grew up with like liking that stuff too. Um,
Okay,
yeah, and then when I was like a teenager, and you kind of uh get your own musical taste, and I of course was obsessed with like Blink 182 and then Fall Out Boy
right.
and um all of the Warped Tour kind of music. And I also, as a kid, like also loved like country music too. So I think, but at the time of being a teenager, like that was like a more of like a uh, what's the word I was looking for? Like a guilty pleasure kind of thing.
Right, right. I mean, when I was
Yeah.
growing up, I was more into also sort of pop music, a little bit of Def Leppard as well. But my favorite is Duran Duran. They are my ultimate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have
I
you
love some
ever,
of their stuff.
have you seen them live?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Jimmy, you should go. If they're in your area next time, go. You will not regret it. They are fantastic.
Yeah. So that they put on a good show.
They do. Absolutely fantastic. Each show that I've been to, their show has been better and better. But anyway, it's about you. Let's talk about you. What song do you feel most connected to and why?
Oh, um, good question.
Is there a
as far
particular
as
song that you've written or you've co-written that you think, oh, this is really going to be it?
yeah, I feel like at least as of recent, the song that I wrote, "Damaged Goods," it
Right.
seems that uh, every time I play it at a live show, um, and I'm somewhere new that no one has heard me yet, it seems to be the
Okay.
one that really people kind of stop what they're doing and listen, and they all it gets the best reaction. Um, because I felt like for years I had a habit of just kind of writing, okay, I think this is what people would want to hear,
Right.
and not as much like I'm gonna, you know, uh, write the absolute truth onto paper, whether I feel embarrassed or not. Um, because I think I'd like to think that that other people would resonate with it, and maybe it
Right.
would help them. So I feel that like that one I really, um, wrote the truth and
That's the
uh,
best way, I'd
yeah,
say.
yeah,
So when you write from your heart and your feelings, and I think that means a lot, to your fans because some people I would assume they can relate to those lyrics, and because they can relate to those lyrics, they love your songs.
yeah. It's it's amazing. You know, just going through. Um, well, just I mean, playing music and being in bars like almost 7 nights a week.
Wow.
Uh, it seems to be like I see a trend of so many musicians go through, and you just get in the bad habit
Right.
of drinking, and you end up drinking a lot and
Mm.
often, and it's as they say, like a slippery slope. And
Yes.
um, yeah, it just got to the point where I was just it was happening too much, and um, yeah, just eventually had to
Had to quit.
slow down on it
Oh,
and
no.
everything and put it down.
Oh,
um, and
right.
it's crazy how many people can yeah, relate to that I see like now, like online, how many people, and especially musicians, that are just like, all right, yeah, I think I have to put this down for a while.
Yeah, I've seen that quite happen. Well, I've seen that happen quite a lot. And I'm sure, it's just something that you've picked up, or anybody in that situation have picked up and eventually say, well, what am I doing? I should stop now.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen someone recently, I think on social media, that was, I think, oh, it was Jack Harlow. I think he said, put it a really good way, was just like, in music or entertainment in general, it's just there's a reason to celebrate, like every night. There's always something. There's
Right,
always like it, whether it be either you're playing and you have friends that are like, oh, here's a shot, or you're uh or people want to go out after the show, drinking.
right.
um it's a friend's birthday. There's this or that. There's just always, it always seems to be associated with
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 alcohol.
everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with alcohol, obviously, but, in moderation.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And some people can be responsible, and some
Some people,
some folks can't.
yeah, that's true. And Jimmy, tell us, what do you hope to achieve in the next decade of your career?
I would really like to. I only have 2 classes to go for Berkeley Online. Um,
Okay.
yeah, for a degree in songwriting, and I've
Oh,
been
fantastic.
chipping away at it since January of 2018. Like I've had, do 2 classes here, 2 classes there, and I'm
Right.
finally in the home stretch of it. So I'd really like to um, even if it's not one of my own songs, I would love to uh, even have other artists end up picking up songs that I write
Right.
uh, and hopefully getting it into the. I mean, my goal has always been to get songs into the top 40 and at least be a successful writer, if anything.
Sure.
Obviously I would love to be the artist too. Um, but at the end of the day, if I could be a, successful songwriter, that would still be a win for
Fantastic.
me.
Is
Yeah.
there a process that you do or go through when you write songs?
Yeah. It's different almost every time, especially since doing these classes. It's interesting, because there's like the way I used to do it, it would just be if I'm driving. Sometimes I would drive without music on, and ideas would come to me, and then I would have the voice memo thing for kind of melodies and or the notes for like if I have like a lyric line
Sure.
that sounds good. And then with these classes, there's more of like they call it like the Nashville way, where if you think like, oh, that'd be a good song title, and you just write a list of um, things that you would be good think would be good hook lines, and then you just kind of go through those and build lyrics off of like a main idea,
Right.
and that's more of like the Nashville style, and that's helped me a lot too because you know the ideas coming out of the sky don't always happen. So
Right.
sometimes you have to you know uh, work that writing muscle. It's actually something I heard Ed Sheeran say. It's something was just like he got a lot better, obviously, once he made it a habit of writing every day, um, and not just like writing when he felt like it. I think
Right.
is what kind of what he said.
I suppose it does help in a way that if you write a different song every day, and then that gets that creative juices flowing.
Yeah, it it I think keeps those wheels greased or something like that. Like to,
So
uh,
yeah.
yeah, like to as far as like yeah, like the art of it, like putting words together and how they flow and um yeah, it's good to keep it like sharp because otherwise
Otherwise you
yeah, like
forget.
anything, it's like a muscle. Yeah.
Yes. And now when you actually let's say for example, when you in the middle of writing a song, do you have to be in a quiet room where your thoughts process? Or if you're just walking along the street and you see a plant or you see somebody dressed funny or whatever the case may be, and you think, oh, that's a good lyric. How do you write your songs?
Yeah, as far as I'd say like getting them down, um yeah, it's good to be somewhere quiet, but yeah, the ideas though for sure, like you could see someone walking down the street and then like, oh man, I got I got an idea, and yeah, I'll tend to put it in my notes in my phone or the voice memo thing,
Right.
and then whenever I have time back back home uh in a quiet room, then I can kind of lay it down on the notes or on the voice memo thing with a I always just grab my acoustic guitar and do that, and um
Right.
yeah, and then I'll start messing with ideas in my I use Logic on my MacBook here.
Oh, and also with when you've done your song or written the song, do you ever criticize your work?
Yeah, I think I would think that all writers probably do. Like I'll I'll hear maybe like a new song and be like, oh man, I wish now I could maybe do
Yeah.
that use that kind of idea with this song, um, or maybe like genre wise, because I still have a tough time. Like, I know a lot of industry people, they like artists to kind of stay in one lane, whereas I'll write and I might want to make it really pop rock sounding. And then
Right.
there's songs like Damaged Goods that I mentioned, and I just knew immediately, I'm like, this is going to be like a folky Americana, um,
Sure.
almost country sounding song, like with strings and just acoustic guitar and um, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's certain songs sometimes where it's like I wish I could record multiple versions of it or something like that.
Okay. Just before we go, Jimmy, because we're almost out of time, could you tell your future listeners and your fans where they can follow you on social media and where they can download your music?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on all social media, mostly Instagram. Um, I'm trying to get better with getting on TikTok more. Um, but those are both at Jimmy Mowery, JimmyMowery. And then Facebook is Jimmy Mowery Music is where I'll come up. And then that's the same as YouTube, Jimmy Mowery Music. Um, I'm thinking here, is there any other ones? Oh, and then as far as music, check out my music on, I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, iTunes. I think anywhere you can stream music, I've got it on there.
You're on there. Fantastic. Well, Jimmy, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and chat with us. And I wish you a good day and enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on here. I love doing this stuff.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Jimmy. It's been fantastic chatting to you.
Yes, you too.
Thanks, Jimmy. And
All right.
hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Have a good day then.
All right, you too.
Okay, then. Bye.